We too, human nature, we too use double standards. We tend to judge those who are opposed to us or opposed to us with one standard. We often demonize them. If we disagree with a president, we often judge every motive. Now it's again, we are to stand for the issues and we are to disagree on the issues. But when you demonize somebody just because they have a different view, that's a false standard. We have to still be fair. Or a president we agree with, again, we might agree with its standard, but that doesn't mean, the same way, okay, every motive is good, doesn't mean that either. It's simply the standards are, this is the issue, that's an issue, but we tend to do that. One is an angel, one is a devil, if we don't agree. That's two sets of standards. It's very easy to try to crucify somebody. There are entire organizations that hold up, that are devoted, these are, quote, Christian organizations that are all devoted to condemning other Christians. They call themselves discernment. Now there may be people who do have discernment, but some of these things, all they do is condemn other ministries, and all they do is look for something and jump at it, and it may be nothing, maybe out of context. They would never do that with their own. Be very careful how you judge. Be very careful. Think about something else. Two sets, double standards. For instance, say you're railing against somebody, you're not loving enough, you're not being loving. Well, when you're raging against them, are you loving? No. You couldn't care less. You're thinking about yourself. Or you're raging, you don't care about anything, you're selfish. Well, when you're raging, you're not caring about them. You're wrapped up generally in yourself. Nobody reaches out to me. Nobody reaches out to me. Are you reaching out to somebody? Double standard. It says, judge not, lest you be judged. With what standard? The same exact stones you use to judge other people will be used to judge you. The same measure, he said. That's the weights of the scale. We judge others. This one is full of pride. This one's arrogant. This one's not holy. When you are judging, you have pride. I'm not saying judging right and wrong, but when you're condemning somebody, you're putting them down. You're lifting yourself up, and you're not caring. Or this person, they're so stubborn, they only never listen, they're so strong. Well, most people, when you're upset with somebody being so, it's because they always have to have their way, most likely because you're not getting your way. And think about, when you attack people who public figures, what if that was your daughter or your son? Would you attack them and say, wait, no, you'd probably defend them. Be fair, be righteous, be righteous standards. That goes for nations, human nature. We tend to attack other nations for being wrong, and they may be wrong. But the thing is, that's fine, but you cannot then defend it if your own nation, it doesn't matter what it is. We are blessed to live in America, but if America is wrong about something, if Israel's wrong about something, you don't have double standards. That's how you have integrity. No matter what it is. What's the opposite? Hypocrisy. Look at what Messiah said about the Pharisees. He's talking about two sets of stones. Woe to you, hypocrites. He said, scribes, Pharisees. It says you tie up heavy burdens for other people to bear, but you don't even lift a finger in yourself. Woe to you. He says you keep the law, you keep one standard here on this thing, but on the big issues you don't do any of it. It's a double standard. You break the law when it's convenient to you. Woe to you. He says you're very clean. You clean the outside, but the inside, double standard. Where it really counts, you're not clean at all. You break the Sabbath to save your animal. But when somebody gets healed on the Sabbath, you go into a rage. Double standard, hypocrites. Paul says in Romans, he speaks to the Jews and he speaks to the Gentiles. First he speaks to the Gentile world, says, you've gone way, you totally gone off. But he speaks to the Jews, he says, but you. He says, you've got the law, you're convinced you've got all this, but when you preach this to others, what are you doing yourself? What are your stones? And this goes for all of us. Your stones of your walk. Does your talk match your walk? The stones of your talk. Once you can talk great, that's one standard. What about your walk? Are there two different stones you're living by? What about the stones of what you preach to others? and the stones of what you live yourself? Or you get upset about others for doing something, are you judging yourself with that same thing? So what did Messiah said? He said, before you take out the speck in your neighbor's eye, take out the log in your own. Why did he say there's a log? Because most likely those people who are trying to take out specks of other people's eyes, they're the ones who have a big log in their eye because your spirit is already wrong. Judge not, he said, lest you be judged. But I'm saved, I'm born again, I'm not going to be judged. But he said that. And he said it to his disciples. With the same measure, judge not. If you don't forgive their sins, one standard, what'll happen to yours? You better forgive. The sin you hate in others, hate it first in yourself. You hate selfishness in others? Okay. Do you hate it in yourself? You hate immorality in the world, the carnality, all that in the world, that's great. Do you hate that carnality in yourself when you're alone? You want to be blessed, you want to be served, you want to be loved. Are you blessing, serving, and loving? You see lack of love, do you see it in yourself? You hate it, you set your heart on becoming the most unselfish person. Then you've got honest standards. Then you can deal with it. You want people to give you things. Are you setting your life to be one that gives to other people? In other words, what you would have others do to you, do to them. Do to others as you would. One standard.
To find out how you can receive more of Jonathan's teachings, to receive special free gifts, or get in touch, go to hopeoftheworld.org or call toll-free 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821. You can also get more at Jonathan Cahn's Facebook page or write us direct at Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA. Hope of the World is dedicated to the goal of spreading God's Word and salvation to every land and people. We do this by spreading the Word throughout the world and sponsoring compassion projects to the most poor and needy around the earth. To get in touch or have a part in God's work, just write to Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA. Or go to hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821.